But have you ever had an encounter with a mother-in-law that has made you want to scream from the rooftops? Well, today's video is going to make you feel better as we are looking at mother-in-laws from hell. We're going to read stories and watch videos from people that didn't realise when they married their partner, a lot of baggage was coming with that. And trust me, some of these are absolutely wild, so make sure you're comfy. Let's get into it. So this one is titled, OP suspects her mother-in-law is poisoning her. Always a great start. Great start to marriage, your husband's mother trying to, take you off this planet. My mother-in-law hates me and makes no bones about it when she and I are alone. My husband doesn't believe me, and she even gloats about that. Sorry, is this woman the devil? We have to attend family functions at her home about once a month. It used to be more frequent, but after I put my foot down, my husband agreed that monthly would be sufficient. The problem is that after each visit, I wind up with a bad case of diarrhea. My husband does not. I don't know if the other in-laws are affected, because if I asked, it would get back to her. I suspect that my mother-in-law is putting something in my food or drink. Last time, I barely made it home before being struck down. Now I am considering getting some adult undergarments to make sure I don't ruin the car's upholstery on the ride home from her place. Do you have any other advice? Okay, we do have an update to this that comes a couple of months later, but let's just react to the original story. Now, I don't know if your mother-in-law is poisoning you, but if you're the only person that is getting diarrhea consistently from going to her house and nobody else seems to get it, or you don't think anybody else gets it, that is a bit fishy, love. I'm not talking about the food. Especially if you're not the type of girl to get diarrhea. Okay, we've got a problem here, love, and we need to fix it together. If this happened to me, the first time I'd probably be like, oh, that's just a fluke. The second time I'd be like, God, every time I go to your mum's, I myself. And then the third and fourth time, I'm like, okay, something is going on here. Now, if you do suspect that your mother-in-law is poisoning you, what I would say is, stay there. Wait it out. Ask your partner if you can stay till the night time until your bowels have created it, and then just go full ham, love. Full around the house. If they've got multiple toilets, drop your load in every single one. Okay, put your minds down, you C4. Make sure every corner of this house knows that diarrhea took place in here today. And if they do bring it up, you can be like, oh, sorry, it's just whenever I eat your food. So then you kind of put it back on them and, put the ball back in their court to see if they give anything away. What happens if all of the other people that go to the function actually are getting diarrhea too and nobody is talking about it? Everybody's going home and they're just on the toilet, but they refuse to say anything to the other siblings because they don't want to feel embarrassed. Maybe she will save lives here, love. Okay, let's read the update of this one. A couple of months ago, you answered my letter asking for advice regarding a situation involving my hateful mother-in-law, whom I suspected of tainting my food or drink at family functions at her home. You had suggested swapping plates with my husband to see if my mother-in-law would react. However, as you noted, that would have required bringing my husband into my confidence. I did not feel it was wise to do that because he already didn't believe that his mother treated me badly. But the next function was at Easter. She provided a traditional prime rib dinner, set up buffet style, and I could see no way that could be problematic. Okay, right, everyone's eating off the same plates here, so surely you can't be targeted. However, when we arrived at her home, the dinner table was set with place cards, and in front of each was a ramekin of horseradish sauce and a small pitcher of something that is outside of my tax bracket. What does that say? Oh, just when nobody was looking, I switched the ramekin and pitcher between my husband's place and mine. Just throw your husband under the bus there. It's fine, love. He doesn't believe you, okay? Sometimes people have to learn another way. After my husband and I returned home, he became racked with diarrhea, but I was not ill at all. In the morning, I told him that I had switched the horseradish and he looked at me with such hatred in his eyes that I knew he had known all along what his mother was up to. It's a duo mission. What? Wait, why is everyone trying to kill you, love? Why are the people who are meant to love you trying to take you out of this world? His only words were to accuse me of poisoning him. I quickly packed a couple of bags and raced out of there. I have hired a divorce lawyer and I won't be looking back. Thank you and your commenters for all your advice and concern. Alive to tell the story. Oh my God, this is one of the wildest things that I've ever witnessed in my life. Genuinely, that is actually crazy. Why were they trying to poison you? And clearly your husband was an accomplice in this. I don't understand. Why didn't he just break up with you if he didn't like you? Why did he get his mother to poison you? Or did the mother go to him and go, I can poison her, and he was kind of like, all right, I'll go along with that. That works for me. This is like so creepy. I actually love that she switched the plates as well. Like now she knows exactly where she stands and she's single and she can find someone that won't poison her. I feel like in a relationship, that should be like a base necessity. Like I don't think that is a green flag if they won't poison you. I just kind of take that for granted. It's also such a wild thing to poison someone with horseradish, you know? Like this is a trained killer we're dealing with here. How do you hide the poison in horseradish? Genuinely, this is like the plot of a movie. It doesn't seem like it's real life. I can't imagine how this would make you feel as well though, because you know, the entire time that you have been together, your feelings have been kind of diminished and kind of put down, and you know, you've had a gut feeling for this long and you've pretty much knew that she's trying to kill you, but nobody would listen to you, and now you finally have the ability to take a stand. I love it, love. For Thanksgiving this year, I expect you to bring over a few sides. This time, please make them from scratch. I will send over recipes since you normally use an app to tell you what to do. I know I slagged off the last mother-in-law, but can we ask for some of her advice on how to poison the recipes we're making now? There you go, love. Made from scratch. Your toilet's gonna get a blast later on. Hope you've stocked up on Andrex, love. Also, you can make something from scratch and still use an app for, like, the recipe. You know, like, the app doesn't count as pre-made. I don't know why you're not allowed to use an app. Clearly, this person is, you know, a bit older. And back in her day, they didn't use apps to make food. They just remembered what they saw on a site. They remember it when it was scribed in the Bible, how to make a chicken tikka masala. I don't know if they did have that at the Last Supper, probably not. And this is my blood, the chicken tikka masala. It's not funny, joke's dead. So why are you laughing? It's also just a bit entitled to say, like, I expect you to bring a few sides. Like, you know, when you go over to a family's for Christmas or for Thanksgiving, I guess, and they host it, like, you can, you know, send money or you can bring a side, you know, you can bring something like a dessert or something just to help, you know, just to help that family member cope with what is a very stressful day. I understand that. But I don't like the language. Like, I expect, and then I don't only expect a few sides, I expect them to be of a certain level. I'm just like, you know what, love? I'm not coming at all right now. Like, we're more than happy to get a takeaway and sit on the sofa. I am very thankful that I don't have a mother-in-law like this. Like, you know, I've got a great mother-in-law. Let me know, anyone in the comments, if you do have any stories of awful mother-in-laws. At the end of this video, we'll go in the comments of our episode 1 on this topic, and we'll have a look and read some of yours out. I'm intrigued to see. Mother-in-law in the Wild, wedding picture edition. Okay, so, you know, she's holding her son's hand. She's trying to get in a little bit. Her son, I do find it interesting that her son is kind of hiding her a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's kind of almost like keeping her back. It's almost like he knows that she wants to be the main character. I mean, she's not doing too much, I don't think, but she is trying to kind of, you know, get in. Clearly, she still kind of wants him to be hers. I know I'm reading a lot into this, but if you look at, you know, the bride's mother standing there fine, and the bride, like, isn't kind of, you know, guarding her at all. So I do find it very interesting that the mother-in-law is like this. My mother-in-law is mad that she wasn't in the room when I gave birth, as you do. I recently had a baby. During what should be a nice bonding time with my husband and my newborn, I'm fighting my in-laws. Baby comes out right past the boxing gloves. Get here, Margaret, get out. The people I wanted in the room while I'm legs up, fanny out, were my mother and my husband. The hospital only allows 2 non-medical people in the room anyway. Right, that's fair. You know, if my girlfriend was legs up with a fanny out, chances are I want to be there. My mother-in-law, who lives in a different state and I've only met a handful of times, flew down for the birth of her first grandchild. Perfectly acceptable. Perfectly normal. Not too bad so far. My mother-in-law gets here 2 days before I'm due to get induced. She says she's so excited to see her first grandchild be brought into the world. We tell her she's not going to be in the room, as the hospital only allows 2 guests at a time, and it's going to be my mother and my husband, aka the other parents to the human I'm pushing out of me. Just so we're all on the same page, we all know what's going on here. She says my husband will be living with the baby, and she should be able to be there when her first grandchild comes out into the world. We tell her no, and that we're sorry she was under the assumption she would be in the room. She kind of pouts, but doesn't bring it up again. The day of my induction comes, and I'm in active labour when she comes barging in and goes, "No hospital is going to stop me from seeing my grandbaby." I'm imagining like a superhero walk in, you know, just like... No hospital will stop me. I would have been like, you know what, actually, the aura on you, love, do you want to come here and help me right now? Actually, do you want to put your legs up and we can push together? I tell her to get out and that she's not going to be in the room. I admittedly was short with her and a little rude. I mean, you've got an excuse, love. You know, there is a human currently trying to, you know, crawl out of you. The nurse escorts her out and that's the end of that. But over the next 3 days, we get calls and texts and emails and Facebook messages calling us cruel and saying we robbed her of an experience and we should be ashamed that we didn't let her in the room. I'm exhausted and my whole in-law side of my family is shaming me. Okay, this is like mother-in-law to the highest extent. Like, this is a classic example of like a mother-in-law trying to make everything about her and not taking into account anybody else's feelings. Obviously, we don't know too much about, you know, this mother-in-law, but it is like kind of a narcissistic tendency. Like, someone is going through one of the most, you know, beautiful, but also painful things that they're ever having to go through in their entire life. And you're trying to make it about you and how this is difficult for you. Like, this is not difficult for you, love. You just grab yourself some biscuits, go at the vending machine, get a Kit Kat chunky if you fancy it, get yourself a drink, and sit until I'm finished pushing this baby out of me. Can you please just do that? Trust me, if we could swap positions, I would. From the mother-in-law's side, she might be feeling, oh, well, you know, your mother's in the room. Like, why can't I be in here? Because obviously, you know, like it's a co-parenting thing. We're half and half. And I do understand why she would think that for like a second. But also, you know, you are the one pushing the baby out. So you kind of get to say who the other person is, because at the end of the day, you're the only one going through pain here. Yes, it's a 50-50 relationship, parents-wise, with the baby, you and your husband. But for this moment, it is not 50-50 in the pain. It is 100% you. So I feel like if there is a time where you get to kind of call the shots, it is kind of now. And also, the mother-in-law, like, it lives far away and doesn't really bother to see them that often anyway. But now, because they came 2 days early, they expect to be like the main character of it. It's like, that's not how it works. You know, your mother might have been helping, you know, you and your partner a lot more when, you know, his mother was away. And, you know, that's another reason for her to be in the room with you. Whatever the reason is, it doesn't really matter. Like, the mother-in-law doesn't need to know the reason. All she needs to know is that she's not allowed in the room. Like, would she take up her son's space? I don't imagine so. And also, like, when the baby is born, 3 days later, they're sending loads of hate on every single platform to you. Now is the chance for you to see the baby as much as you want, obviously with giving the couple the space they need. You can be with the baby. Isn't this what you wanted? Like, this says to me that this mother-in-law didn't actually want to be in the room when the baby was being born because she wanted to support the couple. She just wanted to say that she was in the room so she could feel important. Because if the baby really was the priority in her mind, after the baby was born, she would have forgot all of that and she would have just wanted to help. Also, it's mad that she sent you hate on email. Like, sorry, who emails their daughter-in-law saying, by the way, hate you still, yours sincerely, mother-in-law? What a bellend.
But this father-to-be proves that just because his mom is toxic doesn't mean he's not worth it.
Oh my god, he's running away from her. Go away! Why are you... This is not about you! You see this all the time at gender reveals. I understand, you know, you being the mother or the grandmother, you being very happy, and that is a totally amazing thing that you are happy and you are supportive. But also, like, it's their baby. You can be happy with the family, but you aren't the center of the universe here. This is their moment. Just let them have it. Let them embrace. Why would your son hug you first? That just makes no sense. This is not you and your son. This is another woman having this baby. And you can tell that the son knows because he literally carried his girlfriend far away from where the cameras are just so that they could have their moment. If you didn't already know, we've done a video on I Love a Mama's Boy on my other channel, and that's like an entire series just on mothers like this, but mothers who are 100 times worse. I feel like you need to go watch it after this one. Weirdo mother-in-law and her mom. My baby's grandma and great-grandma are weird as hell. Oh no. Not an akimbo of weird grandmas. Oh, just grandma. Great-grandma. I have a 1-month-old baby girl who is EBF for now until I break out my pump. Okay, I think that means breastfeeding. My husband and I live with his mom as we are both in school. Him full-time and me very close to full-time. Sometimes if both of us have homework or assignments that need to be done, mother-in-law will offer to watch the baby for us. Her room is down the hall from our room, so if the baby cries, we can hear it. Now for the weird part. Oh no. On a few occasions, we would hear the baby cry for a bit, but then stop. We thought nothing of it and just figured she woke up open, then fell back to sleep. After a few minutes, mother-in-law would bring her to our room and let us know she is hungry. Husband and I just thought she was good at soothing the baby, which was why the baby would quiet down after crying for a bit. Wrong! Oh no, she's not. I know where this is going. Turns out mother-in-law had been putting her nipple in my baby's mouth and letting her suck on it. Ah, that's nice of her, isn't it? Just cheeky one of them. Just, oh, there you go, baby. It's not your mum's, but it's better than your mum. That's better than your mum's, isn't it, baby? Yeah, better than your mum's, yeah. Don't go back to your mum, right? Come to me if you want fed. Hopefully they're not saying that. I don't know why I reenacted that. That was weird. That was weird. Yeah, that is so out of order, by the way. Let's read the rest of it. We never put any pressure on her to keep the baby quiet. We always told her to bring her back if she couldn't handle the baby. So we have no idea why she would do such a thing. We told her to stop doing that and just to bring the baby if she's hungry, but she just laughed it off. Another time, mother-in-law's mom, baby's great-grandma, was watching the baby for me while I went out to run a quick errand. I kept track of when I feed my baby, so I have an idea of when she will be hungry again. I told her to call if the baby cries and would be home within 5 minutes. Husband called and told me the baby was crying, so I came straight home. When I walked in the door, I saw my baby nursing on her great-grandma's nipple. What the heck? Sorry, can people put their nipples away in this house? Put them away. Those nipples are for you and you only. Unless, someone else wants to do. But we're not talking about that right now. Seeing my kid sucking on an 80-year-old lady's nipple was a scaring image, to say the least. Yeah, honestly, I don't know what I would do there. Like, genuinely, if I had a baby and the great-grandma was breastfeeding it, I would just be like, well, that's something to bring up in therapy for the next few years. I don't know what goes through these women's minds when they decide to put their dry nipples in my kid's mouth, which, by the way, is probably painful because they don't have any milk in their breasts. I think they feel pressure to keep up with the appearance that they are good with the baby and thus do anything they can to keep her quiet. I feel like they panic when she cries, which is why they decide the best thing to do is offer their nipple. I don't know. What they're doing is pretty much harmless, but they could literally offer a clean finger or her pacifier. I don't know why they want to offer their breasts so bad. Has anyone else experienced this? I am beyond weirded out by my husband's family at the moment and want to hear others' thoughts on the situation. What would you do if you were in my position? Love, honestly, I would make them cut them off. Game's the game. You're putting your nipples in my baby's mouth. Now you lose your nipples, right? I want to stand in front of you while you go... I don't know, like, if you're telling them, can you stop putting your nipples in my baby's mouth, and they won't stop doing it, I don't know. Out of my realm of, things that I can deal with, love. Honestly, I rarely become speechless on this channel. With this, I have no idea. If they're not going to stop, I don't know. Maybe it's just put like a... I don't know, like a Spider-Man sticker on them. Like the ones that you would get in school when you'd like fall over. And then if you come back and they're off, you'd be like, you've been feeding my baby, look. Right? Where's the Spider-Man sticker? Oh, it's off, is it? Wonder why. Very interesting. I do kind of find it creepy though. I know they're related to the baby and I know they're just trying to help from their point of view. But if you strictly said that this is weird and it weirds you out, then I think it's weird that they carry on doing it. Like I know they're related to the baby, but they wouldn't do this to another baby they were looking after. So they kind of feel entitled to do this just because they're the grandma or the great grandma. I just can't imagine an 80-year-old just like, it's just too much, love. Like, is she okay to do that? I'm not trying to say that like she said, she doesn't even have milk. So what's the point? What are we even feeding the baby? Yeah, like you definitely do need to put some boundaries in place. But if they keep breaking these boundaries, then I think you stop bringing the baby to them. If they can't keep their nipples in their tops, they don't deserve to see their granddaughter or grandchild. That's the rule. When your oldest grandson brings his girlfriend over to meet the family for the first time. Oh, so we've got a great mother-in-law here. If I went over to my partner's like family's house for the first time and the grandmother was staring me out like, what's that? Wait, that's a human. Do you not think you can do better? Really? Is this some sort of like charity thing? Like is he gonna die soon? No, this is real. You love this. Oh. Wow. I think it is a thing a lot from like, the older generation is they can't kind of hide how their face is feeling. Like you can pretty much tell how a lot of old people are feeling straight away just by looking at their face. Even the mother-in-law. Like why are they looking like they hate her? Has she wore something? Like has she got no clothes on right now or something? That is the only acceptable reaction that you could give for this. Like imagine being that girl. It's already very overwhelming going to, your partner's family's house for the first time, especially meeting everyone for the first time. time. Like, this would just make you really, really uncomfortable. It would make you, like, you know, be really self-conscious. If this was me, I'd probably just go to the bathroom and then just be like, can we just leave? I just feel a bit uncomfortable. This is insane.
Mum.
Please.
She's been out of hospital for 2 days. Can you please? We said we'd give you a call.
2 days, yeah. And?
Yeah, but she's not even settled in.
God, she's settled in.
How did you even...
There 2 nights.
This is real. Oh my god. That look from the, you know, the mother, not the grandmother, not the mother-in-law, is a look of absolute distaste. That is the look from someone that they hate your guts. Like, even if they call you a prick, it's not worse than you getting that look. That's the look that you get when you go, like, I remember going in a nightclub once that was a bit pretentious in Newcastle where people think they're in, and you literally walk past people and they go... And I know that feels so dehumanizing, and that's how it's meant to feel because they hate you.
How did you even get in?
Well, the door was off the latch. Just let myself in. Please, just let me have a little hold.
No, I've had no sleep.
Well, have a
So-
sleep then. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
That's a good answer. I'll take it.
Please.
And then you can have a good little lie down.
Please leave right now.
But Mum,
I'm getting rid of this
this is exactly why I said to you, I'd contact you, we'd contact you when we're ready for visitors. 2 days, it's not enough time.
Don't you think you're being a bit unreasonable?
Do you not
This
think
is
you're
my
being
thing
unreasonable?
too.
You've just come in the house
This
without
is
even...
my-
You just had
Doing
20
that.
stitches down there as well. Or something.
Have you just had 20 stitches down there as well? It's probably the best thing you can say to, like, a toxic mother-in-law as soon as you give birth. Like, that's the perfect combat. I don't know why so many mother-in-laws kind of play the main character syndrome card. Like, why are you doing this? Is it because you want to feel important? I am trying to understand the psyche behind why you would act like this. I think it is because they want to feel like they're also part of the family. Like, they want to make sure that they're in the close inner circle. But if you do act respectfully, as a grandparent, you already are going to be in the close inner circle, as long as you're not a bellend. I don't know why they try so hard.
Well, I had 20 stitches when I had him. Look, it's nothing. Just let me have...
Can you
have
please...
a hold.
We'll call you when you can bond with her. Please, just
Did she just say, well, I had 20 stitches when I was with him? Yes, but if you want to hold him, you can, love, but I'm not letting you hold this baby because the stitches are still new. Like, what kind of a comeback's that? Yeah, well, you know, 30 years ago I had 20 stitches. Like, alright, that's like checking in safe on Facebook in Manchester when there's been an earthquake in America. What's the correlation here? Why are you doing it? Please stop. Oh, it's even this screenshot here. Like, this is just far too invasive. I feel like now we have to read some of yours. Mine is a mother-in-law redemption story. My mother bought a white dress to wear to my wedding. Alright, I mean, you can't get worse than that, you know. If there's a colour not to pick, white's definitely up there. She showed my mother-in-law, expecting to be validated and showered in compliments. Instead, my mother-in-law laughed uproariously and said, oh my god, what a joker you are. God, imagine if you were so pathetic and desperate for attention that you'd wear white to your own daughter's wedding. Which stopped mother in her tracks. My mother-in-law seems to be the universe's apology for the woman that birthed me. That is wild. So this is actually a good mother-in-law story. It's the mother that's evil. So your own mother bought a white dress to like try and outshine you at your own wedding. This is so... Obviously, I don't need to say that this is just horrific, but, like, it's so sad because that's the woman that has brought you into this world. Like, if there's one person that should be the proudest person on earth when you are getting married, it should be, you know, your mother. And the fact she's tried to ruin this and, like, try to embarrass you, even though it wouldn't embarrass you, but she's tried to embarrass you, that just shows her true colours. I'm so glad that you actually have a nice mother-in-law who doesn't validate her. Like, this is the perfect mother-in-law to have. A mother-in-law that protects you, rather than trying to throw you under the bus like every single other thing we've seen in this video. Mine's evil. I was 2 months after an emergency C-section after her first grandchild, and it was my first Mother's Day, and my husband was at work all day, so he was helping me bath my daughter. She called in a drunken rant because he hadn't been to see her, and when he explained he's bathing his 2-month-old daughter, she said, oh, what baby wants she gets then, is it? Yes, she's a baby, and then she said she wished I'd die so she could have her son back. Lovely. Wait, so the mother-in-law is not only in competition with you, she's in competition with a 2-month-old baby as well? That's a nice woman. Did she actually say, oh, what baby wants then she gets, is it? Yes, actually, because, you know, this 2-month-old baby, if we leave it and we don't give it what it wants, it ceases to exist. I'm just going to say it how it is. Anyway, donuts, that is the end of this video. If you do want to watch part 1 to this series, click this video here. Genuinely, there is some awful stories in here and some awful videos. If you do want to watch my full 2-hour video on I Love a Mama's Boy, which basically is the embodiment of this video, click this video right here. We've got options for you. Go watch them both if you want. I'll see you over there. Bye-bye.
Kirkham, baby.